February 27, 2012, exactly 1 year from the day that Hindraf called for the Solidarity March against UMNO's racism at the KLCC area, exactly 1 year. And what has happened is that during the march and just before the march in the convoys around the country, 54 of our human rights defender comrades from Hindraf were arrested and are being prosecuted. They've been charged under the Police Act and the Societies Act. It's 1 year now exactly, and which is why we've presented this petition to Suhakam today. We've just presented this petition to Suhakam today. There are three key points about this prosecution, three key points. First is, in the first place, they should not be charged. Article 10 clearly provides for freedom of expression and freedom of assembly unequivocally. In fact, let me quote the Article 10. It says, every citizen has a right to freedom of speech and expression. All citizens have the right to assemble peaceably and without arms. All citizens have the right to form associations. That's all it states, Article 10, unequivocally. Yet, the Attorney General, the UMNO government, sees it fit to arrest us for assembling, for being members of the Hindraf human rights organization, and proceeds to prosecute us. In the first place, they are acting unconstitutionally. They're violating the Constitution. The Attorney General and the Minister and the UMNO-led government, they're violating the Constitution. Second key point is this. December the 11th, 2011, the government themselves, officials from the Education Ministry, the ministers, admitted their error in decision, admitted their error of intention in allowing the interlock book to be included in the curriculum. Their implicit admission of the error clearly indicates that they understand why we opposed the move in the first place. So even after the admission of their error, they continue with their prosecution. December the 11th to now, it's a little over 2 months, coming to 3 months, and they're not dropping the charges in spite of the fact they've admitted they were wrong. Okay? And the third point, and this is a very important point, especially in the area of human rights in this country. See, on July the 9th last year, Bersih had a rally. Several protesters in the Bersih rally were arrested, but they were all released without the government or the Attorney General pressing any charges. This is right. This is what they should do. In fact, they shouldn't even have arrested these people. But okay, they arrested them, but they let them go without pressing charges because they recognize they don't have a basis. But when it comes to the 54 human rights defenders of Hindraf, who all happen to be Indians, the government, the Attorney General, take a different view. And this is exactly the point about the boundaries of human rights in this country. It looks like the government is telling us, all of us, indicating to us, that the boundary is this. If you're a minority, then these rights don't count. Otherwise, we don't understand why they should continue with the prosecution of the 54 human rights defenders of Hindraf, who happen to be all Indians. Okay? Given these circumstances, given these three key points, we consider the intention of the government to proceed with the prosecution to be mala fide. They are bullying minorities. That's what the government is doing by proceeding with this prosecution, in spite of the logic, the circumstances, and just fundamental logic. Enough, right? Our stand on the interlock is very clear, very clear. We do not only object as what Muhyiddin Yassin wants to project to the word paraya inside the book. Of course we object to that. But our objections go beyond that. Our objection is this. we believe a brand of racism is developing in our country, which has institutionalized into the various arms of the government, right? And one of the things, when you have an oppressive society like this, which oppresses minorities, you know, with an institutional forms of oppression like racism, they need to also make it the natural order. So how do you make it the natural order? You make people, you see, I'll give you a very simple example. The opposition leader, Anwar Ibrahim, when he was posed a question on interlock, it is there, it's there on the YouTube. When he was posed a question on the interlock, you know what he said? He doesn't see anything wrong with it. And you know why? Because it's a natural order of things. You don't see anything wrong with the natural order of things because it's a natural order of things. So how do you get the young to look at it as a natural order of things? What is this natural order? This natural order is Indians in this country are lowly immigrant laborers, right? They came here seeking gold in the Tanah Mas, and when they came, they were invited with open arms by the people here, for which they need to be perennially, eternally grateful. This is the philosophy of Ketuanan Melayu pushed by UMNO. This is it. So they put it in the books, they make it compulsory, and what do the children come out afterwards with? This is the natural order of things. So you entrench the system in these ways. This is our objection. This is our objection, right? And I think we have to, this country, social values have to change such that everybody begins to realize that this is happening. And we in Hindraf are pushing that agenda. It may, and of course people don't like it when we push the agenda in this way. They call us extremists, they call us racist, they call us whatever. But basically social values have to change. The social value today is in a sense a result of a lot of conditioning, right? Some of which we get in books like Interlock, and lately history books. If you look at the history books, they're messing up the country. UMNO is messing up the country with putting all these negative stereotypes and wrong images in the young of this country. This is one of our battle lines.
So நம்ம வந்து ப்ரொடெஸ்ட் பண்ணது வந்து இன்டர்லாக் வந்து எடுக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஸோ நம்ம எல்லாம் போயிட்டு இருந்தோம். அவங்க வந்து ப்ரீஃபீல்டில் வந்து நம்ம முதல் ரவுண்ட் போயிட்டு வந்தோடனே நம்மளை எல்லாத்தையும் அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணி இது வந்து செய்யக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. செய்யக்கூடாதுன்னு சொன்னாங்க. ஆனால் நம்ம வந்து செய்வோம், ஏன்னா நம்ம செஞ்சு தான் ஆகணும். ஏன்னா அந்த புக்கை எடுத்தால் தான் நம்ம பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து நாளைக்கு எதிர்காலத்தில் எந்த பிரச்சனையும் இருக்காதுன்றது எங்களோட முடிவு. ஏன்னா அவங்க அந்த புக்கை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் தமிழவங்களை எல்லாத்தையும் இழிவுபடுத்தி தான் எழுதியிருந்தாங்க. நம்ம வந்து மலேசியாவில் இழிவாக வாழ்கிறதுக்கு வரலை, நல்லா வாழ்கிறதுக்கு வந்தோம். எதிர்கால பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்துட்டு எங்களோட எதிர்கால சந்ததியை வந்து நிம்மதியாக நல்லா அவங்களும் உரிமையோடு இங்கே வாழணுன்னா அந்த புக்கே இருக்கக்கூடாது. அதுதான் எங்களோட போராட்டம்.
எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஏன் சொல்கிறோன்னா, நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த இன்ட்ரோக் புக்கு எடுக்கிறது அரசாங்கம் தடை பண்ணணும் தான் நாங்கள் வந்து இது பண்ணோம். ஸோ நாங்கள் வந்து கத்தியும் கம்பம் எடுத்துகிட்டு போகல, நாங்கள் வந்து மக்களுக்கு தெரிய வைக்கணும். எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரியாத இருக்குது பாருங்கள், உங்களுக்கு அதெல்லாம் தெரிய வச்சு இது எல்லாம் இந்த புக்கு அரசாங்கம் எடுக்கணும்னு தான் நம்ம இது பண்ணோம். வேறு ஒரு இதுக்கும் நாங்கள் வந்து இது செய்யல பாருங்கள். ஸோ நாங்கள் ஏன் வந்து இதாக இருக்குன்னா, இன்றைக்கி வந்து பிரசில் ரயிலாம் 1000 பேருக்கு மேலே பிடிச்சாங்க. அவங்களும் இந்த நாட்டோட டெமோக்ரஸிக்கோட இதுதான் செஞ்சாங்க. நாங்களும் வந்து இது நாட்டுக்கு இதுதான் செஞ்சோம். ஸோ அவங்கள யாரையுமே சார்ஜ் பண்ணல. இது வந்து இன்ஜினியர்கள் 54 பேர் இன்ஜினியர்கள். ஸோ இதில் தெரிஞ்சது வந்து நியாயம் இதில் ஏஜி என்ன செய்கிறாருன்னா, ஏழை மக்களுங்க அவங்களோட ரைட்டை வந்து இது பண்ணுறதுக்கு அவங்கள 54 பேரையும் இன்ஜினியர்களால் அவங்கள வந்து தண்டிக்கிறதுக்கு கோர்ட்டில் கேஸ் ஓடிக்கிட்டு இருக்குது. இதுதான் வேறு என்ன சொல்கிற மாதிரி இல்லை, எனக்கு ரொம்ப வருத்தமாக இருக்குது.